Okay, this is starting position. If you take a step forward on the first frame, you end up somewhere around here in this range. Um, it's kind of like a cone where this outer line that I just drew is all of the possible positions you could have. It's super simplified, but like it's something like that. And then you can draw another cone from here, which is like all of the positions you could end up on frame 2. And some of them can be over the gap and some of them can be before it. And on the first frame, the magnitude that you hold doesn't really do much. You either get like full speed acceleration or you get about half of full speed, which would put you like somewhere on this line. I don't think that's worth doing, so we'll probably full mag the first frame input. And then on this one, we'll end up somewhere like, I mean, you could probably already see where I'm going with this. We want to get a combination of the first two inputs where the position you end up with at the end is basically like right in front of one of these points. And it should be the case that it could be. Like, get rid of all this mess. We take, frame 1, we move from here to here. Frame 2, we move from here to here. And it just so happens that that combination like perfectly lands us where we'll say that this is the gap we're trying to land in. And then once we're at this point, we neutral stick for a frame, which cuts all of our speed. And then we have 2 more frames where we could, move this close and then move this close on the next one with like 2 different stick inputs with different magnitudes that add together perfectly to give us the position we want. But the position that we start at is like, you can see the scale we're working at here. These full magnitude inputs are going like this much speed or this much position covered in 2 frames, and the next 2 inputs is this much position covered, or less actually. It's like hard to even draw because of how much I'd have to zoom in. So these first 2 positions can give us an incredible range, like a huge radius, and it's more complicated than a radius because on the second frame you can have not full stick magnitude. So it's not like this line on the second frame could stop here, or it could stop here, or it could stop here. Like, there's a whole range this way, and then there's also a whole range this way where you're having different facing angles. And we want it to stop near a point, and that's really the goal. Like, it could be any point. If you want to pick a specific point and get to it, it's going to be way more trouble than just like ending up near one. Like maybe it's up here is the best one, or not even the best one's not even the way to look at it. It's like it's one that could work, or down here is one that could work. We just want to end up near it enough. And the problem is like after you neutral stick here and you do this tiny little micro adjustment, you actually don't have that much control here either. The holes are still way smaller than your micro adjustment like density of acceleration. So it's still like really annoying. Like getting close to a hole on the first 2 movement frames doesn't actually tell you whether or not you're going to be able to get to the hole. You still have to get lucky after that with the 1 or 2 frames of movement you do, because you could do 1 frame and then a frame of neutral stick as well. That's everything I wanted to cover, I think. But then there's one last part, which is just like the 2 options. So 1 frame of movement forwards we're always going to do no matter what, and I think it's probably going to be full magnitude, but it could be anywhere in this cone of potential positions to end up. But the fastest strat would be to jump on this frame and end up, somewhere near a hole anywhere, and then neutral stick at this point. And that'll get you a 0.7 clip out, but it only gives you like one frame because you jump and then you neutral stick on the next frame, and then you have one frame to go forwards. You might have 2 frames to go forwards actually, but you can't neutral stick. You have to neutral stick on the frame you drill, which is like sketchy, but that would get you a 0.7 clip out. And the other option is literally the exact same thing, except you don't jump until you get to this point. So you jump and neutral stick at the same time here, and then you have like 3 frames to figure out your positioning. If you jump here and neutral stick here, you have 2 frames to figure out your positioning. And yeah, with the delayed jump, that would be the 0.9 clip out. You could maybe end up here and then neutral stick and jump, and then on the next frame after you could move close and then neutral stick again and then do one last micro adjustment. So there's like more potential for the 0.09. Yeah, okay, that's pretty much everything.